Well, y'all, in every group, there's always that one person. They don't get into trouble, but just strange and weird things always seem to happen. Sometimes trouble follows that, but not usually. Well, in our happy little band up here, as we travel around the country, that guy always seems to be Justin down here. I don't know if it's just, we ain't figured it out yet. But like I said, it ain't trouble. It's always strange and weird happenings. It's lots of times it's with small woodland creatures. He's kind of like our Dr. Doolittle, I guess. I don't know. But Justin, come over here and tell them a little bit about one of the adventures that you've had. I don't know. Share with the town folk what you've seen out there.
This would have been about September of 2019 before COVID, all that bad stuff happened. We were out in Phoenix, Arizona, sunny desert Phoenix, Arizona. We were getting ready to head up to North Dakota and play somewhere in the rolling hills of North Dakota. And Austin back here had never been to Yellowstone National Park, and I think that's in where, Wyoming, ain't it, Daniel? Yeah. Yellowstone National Park out in Wyoming. Austin said, guys, I'd really love to go by Yellowstone if we have any time between getting from Phoenix to North Dakota. If we had any extra time, I'd like to drive the loop through Yellowstone. So Daniel put it in Google Maps on his phone and looked and all. And sure enough, it said we had just enough time to make a loop through Yellowstone and go to North Dakota and be there in time for our show in a couple days. So like I said, we made it on up to Yellowstone, and we drove into the park at nighttime, and Daniel found us a nice little flat place we could park our bus for the night. We were going to get up, the next day, drive the loop, and then head on up to North Dakota. So we got there, we parked the bus, it was nighttime and everything, and we had big plans to get up the next day and see the park and leave. So that night I couldn't sleep real good, tossed and turned, couldn't get comfortable, and I saw the sun peeking up over the hill outside my window, and I said, well, I guess it's time to get on up and start my day. I like to go outside and walk around the bus, stretch my legs a little bit, get a little morning exercise, for Daniel's driving the bus, and we're sitting in there all day. And I go out the bus, and over the hill there where the sun had just come up, I saw black smoke coming up over the hill. I mean, just big old cloud of black smoke. I said, well, no. I said, there might be a fire here in Yellowstone Park. I better go investigate this fire in case I need to call the park rangers and have them come and, put this fire out before it spreads and burns Yellowstone down. That'd be a shame. So I get on top of this hill and I look down there, and it was a campfire going, big old campfire with a beaver. He had a cast iron pan, and this beaver was right over that campfire just cooking away. You could tell he was struggling a little bit, but he was trying to cook best he could. And I said, well, I'm going to be real quiet and observe him and see what he does. I've never seen a beaver cooking before. So I, kind of ducked down in some bushes and proceeded to be real quiet. And a few minutes later, another beaver come up out of the woods to his buddy there. He said, good morning, Steve. What are you up to? Steve said, man, I'm just sitting here frying us up some sticks here in this pan so we can have us a little breakfast. Y'all should have saw it. That other beaver got so mad at him, started fussing and cussing at him. He said, Steve, you dummy, that's my non-stick pan.
Good on. All right.
It's a true story, folks. See all kinds of strange things out on the road.
Like me, I found their spirits waiting, sailing ships and railway stations, fleeing from starvation, longing for liberation. Like me, just like me, I sing their songs by the fire, surrounded by a ghostly choir. Their voices carry me away, like a feather on a restless wind, through the past and back again to who I am today. drank it. One spoke the gospel, the other one sang it. One gave salvation, the other one needed. One was faithful, the other one cheated. Amazing grace and his sweet sound. I was raised and live by it now. From the cross to a field of stone, I thank God for Jesus and Joan. The other one souls. One gave life, the other broke the mold. But either one could bring you to your knees. We call one a possum, the other one a king. Amazing grace and his sweet sound. I was raised and live by it now. From the cross One spoke the gospel, the other one sang.
Department store in New York City now called the Boyfriend and Husband Store. Can you believe that? They had a little article about it. It had a lady on there, you know, news thing, and there was video on it. And she was talking to them about it. She was excited. She had went to the husband and boyfriend store to get one of them things, and she said it was real cool. She said, I went in and she said there's only 2 rules there. Number 1 is every husband and boyfriend that's in the store, they're all the same price. And the second rule is once you advance up a floor, you cannot go back down because it's unfair and they don't want to make anybody feel bad. And I thought, well, that makes sense, you know? So this lady was telling about her experience. She went to the husband store and went in and hit the first floor, you know, they put you on an elevator and go up, first floor, and opened up, and there was a big sign there that said, first floor, these men all have jobs. And she went, wow, that's a great start to this whole thing. She said, but I can't stop here. And she just hits a button, goes up to the second floor, and it said, these men all have jobs and love children. She went, wow, that's floor number 2 and already that far in. We'll keep going. She goes up to floor number 3, and it said, these men all have jobs, they love children, they clean the house. She said, I was tempted right then just to get off and pick me one out, but she said, well, it can't do nothing but get better. So up to the 4th floor she goes, and it said, these men all have jobs, they love children, they help clean the house, and they're extremely good looking. It's Austin over here, he's a strong 4 there. Up to the 5th floor she goes, these men have jobs, love kids, help clean the house, are extremely good looking, and have a romantic streak. Justin says he's a 5. Down here. She said she was so tickled to death she couldn't wait. She's just going straight to the 6th floor and pick her out one, and there she went up to the 6th floor, and she said, and the doors flew open, and she said there was a big sign right there. It said, congratulations, you're visitor number 31,222. There are no men on this floor. This floor exists only to prove that you can never please a woman. Yeah, she was let down. She couldn't go back. Just kidding. It's a joke. Don't put those rocks down. None of those.
Outside that Virginia coal mine, as they all started to leave, she held her arms in the air, said, babe, you know what I believe. And she said, someday I'll find you in forever, 'cause death is not as strong as love like this. And I know if you could, with your new wings, you'd fly back home from heaven, because you never said goodbye without a kiss. His clothes still in the closet, his boots still by the stairs, the kids still talking about him, just like he's still there. And as she's drawn to the picture of their wedding day, it's like she feels his arms around her, and it takes your breath away. And she said, someday I'll find you in forever, 'cause death is not as strong as love like this. And I know if you could, with your new wings, you'd fly back home from heaven, because you never said goodbye without a kiss.
time. A long, long time has passed me, darling, since the night we made those vows. I know your heart will break with sorrow if you would say it's over now. I have crossed the great wide ocean